I rickrolled the entirety of Hypixel Skyblock. Okay, it's a vague title, but I promise you, it's a cool story, so stick with me here. It all started 5 years ago. I never told anyone about this, but I actually used to play Hypixel Skyblock quite frequently on a secret alt account. And all things considered, I was pretty stacked. I had really good gear, I manually built a full 240 by 240 sugarcane farm, and had accumulated nearly 100 million coins, a very sizable amount of wealth for that era. I was so dedicated that I used to grind zealots during online middle school on the daily. I was a really committed Skyblock player, trust me. But eventually I had to go back into school and I started having a social life again, and the same horrendous gut-wrenching gameplay cycle involving running around fighting other soy-blooded normies for the same tall men to stab was getting boring. I lost interest in the game and I played less and less. So now fast forward like a year. I was live streaming and my homie Drinking Carrots pulled up in the chat and convinced me to hop on Hypixel Skyblock. Once I was on, he invited me to come check out his personal island. It was impressive. This guy had wealth.
That's my carrot wall. It's crazy. It's double-sided.
In fact, he was a top 50 carrot farmer in all of the server, which is insanely impressive considering how sweaty the average player is. But I was also astounded by how much the game had changed since I last hopped on. I mean, it's been a year, yet the map had changed, so many new items were added, and I felt completely lost. It was like a different server. I was digging through the auction house and I found a bunch of new things. The heck's a cake soul? Why is it so expensive? What?
Oh, cake souls? Yeah, it's an item that when you click on someone, it'll store their name on it, so you can prove you saw someone famous or something. They're pretty rare, and they come in 16 colors. You know, one for every die or so.
As such, people would often sell cake souls with the names of famous people, such as YouTubers, attached to them for exorbitant amounts of cash. And if you're wondering, the auction house is like a big marketplace for Skyblock players to buy and to sell items, kinda like eBay. Especially because the auction house menu on default sorts by the most expensive items. Oftentimes, the first thing you would see opening the auction house are cake souls of like YouTubers and stuff. That's because these would be listed for the 32-bit integer limit, the highest possible price anything can be listed on the auction house for. Now, at the time, a very small handful of people even had that much money in their bank account in the first place. But the reason why they were on the auction house was not to have them be sold. The players selling them just wanted to show it off to the world and brag about how cool they are. And remember, Skyblock averaged like 40,000 concurrent people at the time, so it was really good exposure. And so, immediately my mind began to race, thinking of ways I could use this mechanic to have a little bit of fun. This was technically the only way to rename an item in Hypixel Skyblock. Given that anvils had their renaming mechanic disabled, it was made like this for a good reason, because they didn't want people renaming their items into saying dumb stuff, which would be really hard to enforce, but the cake souls were a loophole. It didn't take long for me to realize that if I made a Minecraft account with a stupid name, then got its cake soul, and listed it on the auction house, everyone would see that stupid name. It's the perfect flex. I asked Drinking Carrots for a cake soul I could use, and I asked my buddy TimeAM for a Minecraft account, because I wanted to test my theory out. Okay, I wasn't really sure what to name it at the time, because this was all extremely impromptu, so I just called it Sub to Horizon.
Alright, I'm here.
Okay, let's hit this.
He's on the other side.
Nah, I'm just messing with you guys.
Oh, he can fly. It's fine.
Okay, we got it. Let's go! Anyways, all I had to do was list it on the auction house and... wait, there's an auction fee? That's right, to reduce the amount of nerds spamming garbage at the top of the auction house, the admins added a 1% fee on all auctions. That meant in order to list it for the 32-bit integer limit, you would have to pay $21 million in fees. I did have more than enough money on my old account, but my 8-year-old brother actually took my alt's login and started playing on it. After literally getting in the top of the Ender Pearl Clutch's leaderboard on Bed Wars practice, he decided to try out Hypixel Skyblock, and he started playing on my old account. Because of that, I didn't want to take any of that money away. Also, it was not that long ago when I had to fight him with a 10-foot snake hook to use the family iPad, so I was still a little traumatized of touching things that he decided was his own. Also, I can't transfer money from one of my own accounts to another. That's called boosting, and that would get me banned. I don't really care if I do, but my brother would, so yeah. Also, this whole scheme was pretty sketchy. I didn't know if it broke any of the rules or not. So to fund my plan, I decided to take a page out of what a good little politician would do and ask my rich, bourgeoisie buddy for a small sum of $21 million. Remember, he's a carrot addict, so he's loaded.
Yo, if they take it off, I have more than enough money to put another one on.
Now, a good little lobbyist doesn't donate out of sheer political goodwill, so I had to make a community post promoting his channel. Alright, let's do some math here. So add up the market cost of a Cakesel, which itself is $5 million, plus the $21 million auction listing fee, and plus the comparatively meager $55,000 fee it costs to list something for 14 days in the auction house. Remember this number, it'll be very important throughout this video. Alright, let's sell this thing, okay? Create auction. $2.1 billion for the starting bid. Alright, y'all ready?
Yo.
Let's hit this. Boom. I think that's it. Let's go!
Yo, let's go.
Okay, so there's another integer bit limit Cakesel ahead of it, but I'm pretty sure that's because it was there before ours, so. I finally listed my stupid channel promotion on the auction house, now cementing my status as the most lame YouTuber to ever grace Hypixel Skyblock. God, I regret this name. Nothing much really came out of it, other than a Reddit post from a guy who seemed very alarmed and made the whole of the r/Hypixel Skyblock subreddit fearful that I would dupe on the server and crash their economy Great Depression style, cause I was kind of known for making videos like that. So people seeing my name at the tippity-toppitiest of their beloved auction house was like if a banshee showed up and was like, "Ah! You're all gonna explode, the Minecraft boogeyman is coming to get you!" Hypixel Skyblock isn't pay to win, so I don't really care too much. I've made that publicly clear for a while now. It's PvE and that's something different. Also, side note, I'm pretty sure that I broke the rule against advertising. YouTube rank holders are allowed to do that, but apparently Hypixel isn't too keen on giving what's essentially an ambassador role to a guy who dupes and crashes Minecraft servers with auto-mining AI and elaborate cheat clients, so I'm just a regular dude in their eyes. Wait, someone randomly bought me a VIP rank. Guess I'm getting my money's worth. That made that advertisement worth it itself. Let's go, dude. By the way, if you were wondering, I didn't really gain any subscribers after that. Nobody cared. Okay, well, regardless, I knew I wanted to try something more interesting than some lame-ass channel promotion. After I asked my community tab what I should do with this power, the greatest idea of them all came up. What if I somehow put a rickroll up there? Alright, real quick, let's put our heads together. How would you use the mechanic I just explained to rickroll all of Hypixel Skyblock? The first idea was to create a Cakesel with a link of the OG music video. Unfortunately, someone already named their account that, and I have no idea what their contact information is, so I don't really have a way of getting that player in a lobby to collect their name on a Cakesel. I could make an account named after one of the alternative rickroll links, but only the OG is recognizable enough for people to know what it was from, and few people would see a random garble of alphanumeric characters and think to stick it at the end of a YouTube URL. Another idea I had was to make accounts with each word in the song, while of course adding a bunch of underscores and numbers to create usernames that weren't already taken by another person, and then list them on the auction house in order of the lyrics. So that way you could hover over the Cakesels and read the lyrics one word at a time. I decided to limit myself to 24 Cakesels because that's how many Cakesels fit in a single auction house page. I also decided to cover these more iconic lines of the song. That meant I had to group some of the words together to fit within the 24 Cakesel limit. Now let's put ourselves in the shoes of the poor victim opening the auction house who is about to lose their dignity. If you opened the auction house and saw a bunch of random Cakesels, you might not care enough to hover over them because you're used to seeing a bunch of Cakesels all the time. They'd be more likely to skip over it and proceed with searching for whatever they wanted to buy. So we need to use some psychology. We need to actually make the player interested in hovering over the Cakesels that they would usually ignore. Okay, so check out my recreation of the auction house in a chest. So my plan is to use Cakesels of just one color, so that way it looks different enough to our players would actually not ignore it and be interested enough to hover over them, because this isn't normal. You don't usually see just one type of item on the auction house. You see dozens of different items, so it's like kind of weird if it's all just one item, and that's how we're gonna catch our victims. Oh, and by the way, I'm using orange because not only is it a bright and visible color, but I also just like orange. It looks pretty, right? Of course we gotta make sure the Cakesels are in the right order in the auction house. I mean, we know it sorts by price, but for items that are like the same price, it doesn't seem to follow any kind of algorithm. I mean, some of the sources I found seem to say it was based off of how old each listing is, but clearly it isn't. This one was listed 11 days ago, 5 days ago, then 11 days ago. They're all the same price. So why is this one, which is newer, ahead of this one, which is older? The algorithm's bugged! The admins suck! Or it just uses some completely different arbitrary algorithm, maybe based off of your player ID, or it's completely random, who knows? Regardless, the only way to list everything in the right order was to decrease the price by $1 for each successive Cakesel. Alright, so now we know that devious plan is possible. But then came the massive, glaring issues we had to face. I mean, remember that number from earlier? Multiply that by 24. That's how much in-game money I would have to spend to pull this off. Then add the monetary cost of buying 24 Minecraft accounts, and while there are some repeats, yeah, this plan kind of starts to fall apart. $700 million is the kind of wealth that even the richest players would froth over. After 6 months of playing on my alt account, I only had like 15% of that. Drinking Carrots, the guy that spent hundreds of hours farming carrots, didn't even come close to being that rich. So I was just on my own here. I thought about ways to raise that kind of money. Grinding Zealots was one of the most popular ways of grinding money, as not only can you do it fairly early in the game, but also it doesn't require much skill, as you mostly just run around with speed 400, trying to kill as many men as you possibly can. But I did the math. It would take almost 600 hours to get that much money by grinding Zealots. Now I could set up clay minions with diamond spreading to give me copious amounts of money, but even then it would take me months of hard work to actually get somewhere. I could try to find a dupe glitch, but given that the admins already knew that I made my move on here, that wouldn't last very long. But then I realized I was looking at the answer all along. Clout! I had subscribers! What if I just asked my viewers to give me money for the cause? This is how some of the richest players like Refraction gain their wealth. Not because they are super dedicated grinders, but because they have a big number next to their name. And so, I made a community post asking for any spare gear or money people had, and broadcasted my plans to the world. And as I sat in my island, players began to roll in. Cue the montage! Yeah, my island's getting full, so we're gonna do this on my brother's island instead. He has a better rank than me, so he has more player slots. Oh, damn! Oh! Oh! Gonna have to make a freaking chest hold all this stuff. Gonna have to, like, auction it or something. He's still here. Is there more? Wait, what? 15 million coins? Dude. Oh my gosh. Bro, there's more? What, this guy has got to be quitting. He's giving me so much stuff. I'm good, man. Thank you. Oh my god, what? Okay, we're almost at 60 million coins, around 10% there. Gold transaction limit? Looks like you can bypass it with enchanted diamond blocks. Enchanted diamond blocks are the one thing you can buy and sell for the same price, so that makes it trivially easy to bypass the transaction limit. 2 whole stacks! Damn! Oh my gosh! That's cash money right there. Okay, we're 20% there. I think this is possible. Okay, I got a mod that tells me the market value of an item when I hover over it, so we're just gonna sell the most expensive things that I was donated first. Damn, people are already buying up my auctions. Okay, 150 mil I have. Let's go. Yeah, this mod tells me the value of all trades, so it's kind of cool. Jerry's thick aspect of the Jerry. I don't even know what these weapon names are anymore. Wait, what? Oh my god. Okay. I'm just desensitized at this point. This just feels like I'm duping without actually breaking any of the rules. This is just insane. Looks like drinking carrots has a donation to make. Okay, just a bunch of Jerry talismans. Alright, whatever those are. Alright, back to auctioning. There's still just so much left to sell. We've now exceeded 300 mil. We're about halfway there. Okay, some random guy invited me to his party. Let's see what happens. This is like 10 hours of grinding right there, and like, I don't even care. Let's go. You know, being a YouTuber is hard work. I've been at this for nearly 4 hours, and I only have $400 million. As if this isn't 100 times more effective than any other way I could have been grinding money. At least my cobblestone minion is trying his very best. Good boy. Alright, I'm heading to bed now. Okay, so at this point, it's been around like a day since I made that community post, and now the amount of people coming to my island to give me money has decreased a lot. I think the post is kind of plateaued in performance, I guess. We need like at least 200 million more dollars for us to actually make this work, so. Holy crap, speak of the devil. Okay, I guess he gave me a bunch of gear sets. Some lava and some super compactors. I guess I could sell these. Even more lava, even more super compactors, I guess. Oh my god, he has quite a few of these.
Man's set on giving you all his possessions.
He said he had like 200 mil of stuff, so hopefully. Okay, yeah, I believe
No, why
that.
doesn't he just give you his account at
What?
that point? Like,
Dude, that's 80 mil of pets right there. Sell the lava. Sell the super compactors. Oh my god, he's back with more. I'm scared. Some gear sets.
supposed to
Wait,
do that?
oh my god.
Necron?
What?
man's do be dumping 100 mil into the thing. What the heck?
Dude, I feel
Flower of truth. He put money in there as well.
like
crazy.
I feel
What the-
irresponsible with all this stuff.
Built different, bro. What the?
Oh my god.
All right, well you're a rich man now.
Dude, I feel like I robbed a minority at gunpoint. Alright, the leggings, of course. The boots. And finally, the $30 million t-shirt. Alright, nerds, I've sold everything that I received from that massive donation, and we're at $640 million in our purse. It's just the bare minimum of what we need to execute our plan. So, I guess it's now time to start buying some cake souls. If you guys were wondering, I bought a booster cookie which lets me remotely access the auction house. With in-game money, of course. I'm not stupid. I guess I'm gonna buy out all the orange ones. There's a few left, but they're like significantly over market price. Not like I have a choice. I now officially own every single orange cake soul on the Hypixel Skyblock auction house, which is 9 of them. That's not enough. We gotta make like a cake soul farm or something. Let me call up Carrots.
Dude, there's no such thing as a cake soul farm, man. I hate to break it to you.
So, like, how do you get cake souls in the first place?
I think it's a 1 in 1,000 chance from clicking a anniversary cake.
Is there like a refresh on that, or
Yeah, it's like once per day.
how am I supposed to get 24 of them?
Well, I'm pretty sure you got like 100 alts, right? So you better get cooking. Oh, that was awful.
Yeah, I don't have 100 alt accounts. I mean, I will have to buy 15 accounts anyways to rename each account to have each word of the song. But even with 15 accounts, if I want 24 cake souls, that would take over 9 years of constantly clicking cakes to get enough of them, which is obviously stupid. So I'll just have to wait until enough of them come on the auction house. Nothing more I could do about that. So patience is key. Okay, yeah, it's been like an hour since, and yeah, no orange cake souls, so this is gonna take a while.
You when no one has an orange cake soul. Cake souls are too rare, man.
Oh, god damn it, I need 15 more of these. It's gonna take, like, weeks to get them all. Okay, we just got a new donation. This is nice. I will have to overpay for some of these cake souls, so it's good that I have a little more money to work with.
Also, did you know someone put a cake soul of you on the auction house
Yeah?
for the integer bit limit?
What? You're not serious.
Like the second one.
Dog, that guy thinks he has my aura. Come on now. Ooh, I got a new trade request. No, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh no, that's so much.
90 mil?
Okay, I think that gives us a very comfortable margin in terms of how much money we have to spend. If I have a little more money, then I think I can overpay for them. So that's good. Mine! Yes! Okay, I bought one more, but I wasn't recording, so that leaves our counter at 11 cake souls. Let's put like a thing up on the screen. No way! What? That's like $1 million underneath market price. That's so good. So I finished auctioning off most of the valuable stuff I got. And yeah, I'm at $800 million. That's way more than what I need. So I'm not complaining though. Okay, it's the next day. Hopefully we get a couple more. Ooh, there's actually quite a few. I'll take it. What? 2.3 mil? How's that so cheap? That's gotta be like an error or something. I guess people really hate orange. 2 more. Okay, let's get those.
And they're all just made of something.
Okay, shut up now, Red. Okay, so I think I destroyed the price of orange cake souls because it's the next day, and the only new auctions for orange cake souls are upwards of $10 million. Twice, even thrice the market price. Well, I could wait however long it'll take for the economy to fix itself, but I have donors who gave me their life savings, and I also have way more money than I need to execute this plan, so I'm just gonna buy them all. Yeet! Oh, that hurt. And now, a side note, where Horizon goes to the beginner mines for for no reason at all. What? I got $1 billion before touching the gold mine. That's crazy.
Unlock the lapis mines.
Dog.
go.
This is so
Gunpowder mines.
I did it. I got combat level 1. Oh my gosh.
Wait, how expensive is that one?
Wait, 3.9? Dude,
Oh
what?
my god. What a snipe. Wait, you actually sniped that for 3.9 mil? Why are they so cheap?
I think because I bought all the expensive ones, nobody knows what they're worth, and so they're kind of being sold for, like, really cheap, I guess. Mine. Wait, I think we did it. Wait, no, we're over 24. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think we could start doing this plan. Okay, so now it was time to buy 15 alt accounts. I was a little scared too. I mean, $500 is a lot of money, and there was something I wanted to try first. See, YouTubers, to protect them from being harassed by 12-year-olds, have an ability called /Nick, which lets them change their username to anything. Well, so long as a player with that username hasn't joined Hypixel before. My plan was to get someone with the YouTuber rank to change their name to each word of the song. I would save a lot of money if this worked. Hypixel didn't let me get it for reasons I mentioned earlier, but my buddy Nausicaa had a YouTuber rank, so I decided to ask him about it. He said he wasn't sure, but he asked his YouTuber friends who claimed that cake sales on nicked players wouldn't work. I felt like that didn't make any sense at all. I mean, if you suspected someone was a nicked YouTuber, you could use a cake sale on them. That would be disastrous. Nausicaa was out of town and couldn't help me test it out, so I went to Hellcastle and Furry E-Boy, a duo who runs a Hypixel Skyblock YouTube channel. They were one of my favorite Hypixel Skyblock creators back when I used to play the game. Hellcastle was busy, so I decided to ask Furry E-Boy if he would be willing to help me with my plan. I needed to test if it would work, so with that extra cake sold, I asked Furry E-Boy to nick into Sub to Horizon, in different spelling than the cake sold from earlier, and then I clicked him to test out if the cake sold would take the nicknamed username and not the original one. Yippee! And I was right. Those YouTubers Nausicaa asked were wrong. Looks like I'm saving $500. Yo, peek the spread? This is an entire week's worth of the server's cake soul supply. There's 2 more orange ones, so I'm gonna buy these just in case I make like a mistake or something. Alright, we need quite a few nevers, so let's do this. It looks like it's a bit glitchy. Okay, here's one. It's being kind of glitchy. I'm like spam clicking right now. Oh, finally, I think that's never number 2. Okay, never number 3, never number 4, the 5th one, and then the final one. Very cool. The user never hadn't joined Hypixel before, but the user Gunna has, so we're gonna have to use Gunna _. This is confusing. This is hell. Gunna 1, Gunna 2, 3rd, 4th. We moved to a lobby because I think there's less lag here. I think that's 5? Yeah, okay, cool. And finally 6, we've been at this for so long. And then we got give. Oh, first try, nice. Got you up, then let you. Down, 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 and down are all taken, so we're gonna have to use down instead. Yep, got it. You got run, around, and as like one big compound word, so yeah. Gotta make sure I put enough dialogue in between all the words so I don't get copyright struck. We got desert you, make you cry, say goodbye, tell a lie, and hurt you. Let's go! We got it all! Woo-hoo! Okay, so we have a couple more cake souls, so I'm just gonna do one more that says haha rickrolled just to put at like the end of it or something. Here, you can take a look. Wait, shit, that guy took it. Wait. No, that's the only other guy in this lobby. What? Hey, listen, nothing happened here. I promise. Okay, if I can keep this. I have extra soul, so I'll just let him keep it as like a token or something. Got it. Seems to be understanding. Skyblock shall face the wrath of Richard Astley soon. I saw nothing. I wonder what this guy thinks we're doing here. Oh my gosh, we finally did it. We have them all. Well, I guess it's time to list them. Alright, so when I list these, I have to price each cake soul 1 less than the previous one, so it'll like, everything will be in order.
Should do it 1 down from the integer bit limit, or else yours is just gonna get mixed up.
Yeah, because unfortunately, I'm not the only nerd putting stuff up at the top of the auction house page, so I'm gonna put the first word $1 beneath the integer bit limit. I just don't want the first word to get mixed up. Also, because I have so much money, I'm gonna recombobulate every cake soul that I'm gonna put on the auction house. Now, for all my viewers out there, recombobulating basically increases the rarity of an item. So if it's common, like these C's, they become uncommon. And for my armor, which is legendary, it becomes something else. I think it's like mythic or something. But the rarity goes up. Now, this is very useful for armor because a higher rarity boosts its reforged stats. But for an item like Cake Souls, it's completely useless. It just adds this cool Supreme text. For the cost of $5 million more, it's stupid. But we have so much money, we could just do it. So I'm gonna buy 25 recombobulators. I'm gonna borrow this reforge anvil just so I can put it on the Cake Souls. Alright, time to reforge them all. I can't believe I have to write the integer bit limit for every single one. Alright, I'm feeling a montage now. Never gonna give you up. Never going to let you down. Wait, I'm out of auction slots. Alright, I got my ult account. And that's all the lyrics. Oh my gosh, I just gotta put haha rickrolled up there, but yeah, we're done. We did it. Let's go. I wonder how people will react to this. This is gonna be crazy. And so now, final one. And we did it! Let's go! Yo, it's done! We got people warping to my island. They're not even like viewers. They're just here because they got rickrolled and they want to see the man behind it, I guess. What the flip the Cake Soul? Waste of money, LOL. You're a waste. Okay, so remember that Reddit post of the guy who was scared that I would dupe on the server? Yeah, I decided to capitalize on that fear by photoshopping a fake picture of a Cake Soul raid, and then posted it on the r/Hypixel Skyblock subreddit. Players would see that post, freak out, and check the auction house to see if it was real, making more people get rickrolled. Here's a quick compilation of some of the comments. Nice stoop. Have fun being banned. No! Damn, I really liked his content. Maybe he just realized OMG epic Hypixel dupe glitch would get more views. Shame though. Shaking my head. Ew, why is the Horizon only a VIP? And also, he is a trash YouTuber. Fair. What the F happened while I was gone? Check the auction house now! I thought you won't rate Hypixel. Bro. Countless YouTube videos of people getting rickrolled sprung up. In fact, some Chad put the word birth in the middle of the lyrics, so now it reads as birth. I'm Valorian did the same thing. Frick you, I'm Valorian. We all hate you. I'm kidding. I love you. Some guy actually recreated them, but they just don't have the same aura. And they even put them up on the auction house. But at this point, like, everyone knew about the whole, like, listing things for the integer bit limit, so hardly any of it was on the first page. Regardless, these Cake Souls stayed on the auction house for 14 days, until it finally ran out of time. Well, I haven't been on Hypixel for a couple of months, but I think it's time to finally put these Cake Souls to rest. You guys have waited months to be collected, so I shall give you a new home. My buddy Hellcastle runs the largest Cake Soul museum on the entire server, so I don't think there's a better place for these Cake Souls to rest in. Wait, what? This isn't the hub. This is the guy's island. He built it to look like the hub. That's crazy. This is like putting my children up for adoption. But, you know, I know it's for the greater good. I want my viewers, the viewers of this video, to be able to check them out in person if they wanted to, I guess. And this should be second half. Thank you for protecting my precious Cake Souls, Hellcastle. It's very appreciated. The museum he runs is truly an incredible place.
So yeah, all these walls are full of YouTuber Cake Souls.
Dude, there's like hundreds of them everywhere.
There's also the admin's Cake Soul, the helper Cake Souls.
Here they are, the Rickroll Cake Souls. Oh, also, you can't list cake souls on the auction house anymore. Let Hellcastle explain.
The reason cake souls are untradeable anymore is because people started IRL trading with them. They would basically list a cake soul with a YouTube rank for like hundreds of billions of coins, and they would IRL trade through that. And the system can't really flag that because the system can't know if a cake soul is valuable or not.
Okay, no, that wasn't the real reason. It really didn't stop IRL trading. It turns out that some guy put an Imgur link to an admin's house on the auction house. So that's the real reason why they were banned. So now, if you /visit Hellcastle by the way, go to his first profile, then turn around, dodge the teleport pads, and go down the stairs, you'll find them. The Hypixel Skyblock rickrolled cake souls. A piece of history. And with the trading of cake souls disabled, these cake souls are to forever lie on the greatest Hypixel Skyblock cake soul museum there is. There's a little history section too, but you guys already know that.